Kylian Mbappe has been Real Madrid's most coveted transfer target for 3 or 4 consecutive years. And now the moment has come when the probability of a talented winger's transition to the cream camp is almost 100%. It is assumed that a player like Mbappe should help Real Madrid regain its former greatness in Europe and ensure that the Madrid club dominates La Liga, leaving Barcelona far behind. Kylian's efficiency and composure make him one of the best attacking footballers in the world right now. However, there are a number of reasons why Mbappe may not take root at Real Madrid and become a real headache for the cream. Mbappe will cost Real Madrid a lot. Mbappe's market value at the moment is €180 million. However, PSG will definitely not consider offers less than €200 million. There are 2 reasons for this. Firstly, Kylian is the top scorer of the French team, and his departure is a huge loss. Secondly, at one time the Parisians gave €145 million for Kylian from Monaco, and the desire to make money on the resale of the world superstar already looks quite logical. Real Madrid will have to fork out a lot to get Mbappe. Florentino Perez is ready to pay €200 million for this transition, but the final amount during the negotiations may even reach €250 million. In addition to the transfer itself, do not forget about the very high salary. In 2021, the cream lured Kylian with a fee of €40 million a year. Now we are talking about €60 million a year. Mbappe himself will definitely not agree to anything less, especially considering that in the last 2 years he has received at least 50 in France. Financially, Kylian will surpass even Ronaldo, who earned a maximum of €30 million a year. And in general, taking into account the transfer, the agent's commission, the signing bonus and salary, Mbappe's 5-year stay at Real Madrid will cost Perez €600 million. Is it worth it? The question is very controversial. It's hard to imagine how many goals Kylian should score, and how many trophies he should bring to fully cover all the expenses of the team for him. Mbappe claims the position of Vinicius and Rodrigo from a tactical point of view. The same Harry Kane suits Real Madrid much more. With the departure of Karim Benzema, there was a shortage of a top finisher in the team. However, Mbappe has played as a winger rather than a center forward for most of his career. Sometimes, of course, he played the role of a tip. For example, last season Kylian was paired with Messi in some matches with a 3-5-2 tactical scheme. However, Mbappe has repeatedly stated that it is much more convenient for him to play on the flank, because his best qualities are revealed there. As for Real Madrid, Vinicius and Rodrigo play the role of wingers for Madrid. Mbappe's transfer to the center means a loss of productivity. Plus, the Frenchman is not strong in the game on the second floor, and Ancelotti's team uses throws into someone else's penalty area quite often. If you use Mbappe on the flank, then someone from the Vinicius-Rodrigo pair will have to sit in reserve. Most likely, Junior will play on the right. But his compatriot is definitely not to be envied. Rodrigo had a great last season with 17 productive actions in 34 La Liga matches. And with such figures, he definitely did not deserve the role of a reservist. So Carlo Ancelotti has very little choice. Either put Mbappe in the center, or remove one of the team leaders from the field. Will spoil the atmosphere in the locker room in many qualities, and even not very good. Mbappe's character somewhat resembles Cristiano Ronaldo. Like Ronaldo, Mbappe is a very toxic and narcissistic footballer. The Frenchman will not tolerate competition, which means he will demand increased attention to himself. Besides, Vinicius will have to give up not only his position to a potential newcomer, but also the role of a leader in the attack. Surely, the Frenchman will also want to get the status of a full-time penalty taker. In the absence of Benzema, Modric, Vinicius and the same Rodrigo can perform 11-meter ones. But with the arrival of Kylian, everything will change. When a Frenchman is on the field, he always demands that his partners play only for him. At PSG, he repeatedly had conflicts with Achraf Hakimi, who often dribbled and did not give the ball to Mbappe. The same thing will happen in Real Madrid. And from this, the club will be overwhelmed by scandals both during matches and in the locker room. Ancelotti will have to forget about the pressure on the other half of the field. Scoring goals and giving assists are the main tasks of attacking players. However, football does not stand still, and now the forwards are also required to participate in team pressure. The same Vinicius and Rodrigo often come back, practicing defensively in their own half of the field. But Mbappe, along with Messi and Neymar, was released from the rough work at PSG. He also played in the French national team. Pochettino and Deschamps allowed him not to go deeper, explaining this decision by saying that Kylian should always be fresh in order to escape into a counterattack. At PSG, the lack of pressure from Mbappe, Messi and Neymar often led to conceded goals after long throws through half the field. Real Madrid can expect the same fate with the arrival of the Frenchman. It is useless to retrain Kylian to play in a different way. It turns out that Ancelotti will have to put under Kylian Camavinga or Bellingham and force them to do rough work, and not promote the ball. Before signing Mbappe, Real Madrid needs to think 1,000 times, is it worth it? For much less money, you can buy a less arrogant and more tactically suitable Harry Kane. Mbappe is as selfish as Ronaldo. It is possible that with the arrival of the French capricious star, Real Madrid will get more problems than advantages.